So I came to the US 2 years ago and I flew from Bombay to Boston and my flight ticket cost almost 42K. And people usually at that time were paying like between 120 to 150K when I flew. So in this video, I want to talk about how you can go ahead and book your flights and also how you can potentially save so much on your tickets. All right, so the first thing you want to make sure is the airline is offering 3 bags. So usually airlines will offer 2 bags, but for students, you will have one extra bag and then one extra cabin bag. You'll have like 4 bags easily, which is a good thing. So think about how many Maggie packets you can fit in one extra bag. Next, you want to check which airline do you frequently travel with. So if there's an airline that you frequently travel with, then you'll have a lot of points accumulated for it, and then it makes sense to just go with that airline. If that airline is part of an alliance, it's better to go with an airline which is part of that alliance. When it comes to flights, there are 2 types of flights. There's direct flights and there's connecting flights. Direct flights will take you from point A to point B directly. Connecting flights will have a layover at some point and then they'll take you to the point B. Usually, connecting flights will be there for long international flights. And if you're going to the East Coast, let's say the flights will go from like Middle East or Europe, so they'll have a layover somewhere over there. And if it's in the West Coast somewhere, in that case, the flights will go over Japan. When it comes to the ticket prices, the layover, the connecting flights are usually much cheaper than the regular direct flights, also much longer. So if you want to save on prices, book a connecting flight. 2 things you need to make sure with connecting flights is there's no transit visa required unless and until you want to go out of the airport and explore the city or the country. So let's say you have a transit or like a layover in France, let's say, and you want to explore France or Paris or something. You need a transit visa to get out of the airport. If you do not want to get out of the airport, there's no reason to get a transit visa. Next is travel restrictions. So some countries will have war ongoing. So make sure that you do not travel from that particular country, or you'll be restricted and you will become the next Tom Hanks. You can just make a Terminal sequel on your spare time. Second thing you can do to save on your ticket is do not get a travel insurance. So usually your Forex card will have a travel insurance, so you do not need an extra travel insurance. Also, make sure you know the bag and the weight requirements for all of your flights, even the connecting ones, because they can have sometimes different requirements. So, yeah, that's it. Book a layover flight and do not take the insurance. But how did I save almost 50% on my flight? So I was traveling to Boston, which is not a major airport. A major airport would be, let's say, JFK, New York, or Chicago, or Texas, or California. Boston is not a major airport, it's a small airport. The option I had was I'd fly from Bombay to New York, and then from New York, I would take either the train or the bus or another domestic flight. Now, all of the other options were expensive, so I ended up taking a bus. All right, so here's my journey. Air India, Bombay to Delhi, and Delhi to New York. So there was a layover at Delhi. The flight cost me 42K. From the airport, I took a taxi to the bus station, which was $52. There was another guy with me who was going to Ithaca, New York, so to Cornell. And we split the bill, so it cost me half that. The bus that I took was Greyhound. There were a lot of bus options. All of them were cheaper than Greyhound, but Greyhound was allowing 2 free checked bags, and then I had to pay for one additional check bag, which was like $30, and the bus ticket was also around $50 to $60. So yeah, I took the bus. It was a 5-hour journey from New York to Boston. It took me to the Boston bus station, which is not very far from the airport, and then from there I took a Uber to my hotel. Now, if you want to take this option, I didn't have any issues with the in-flight entertainment or the food. I mean, as long as the airline takes you from point A to point B, like, what else do you want over here? Like a few hours of not having the latest movies in the in-flight entertainment, it's like not gonna make or break your day. And then the next concern would be bus. Like, how do you go about booking a bus? There are a lot of options. You could just look it up online. I'll put some links in the description as well. The bus stations are definitely not as safe as airports. Like you'll still have like police patrols and stuff going on at bus stations, but it definitely feels less safer. But that honestly says more about the city than the station. And then the 5-hour journey of taking a bus ride. Here's the day. You took an 18-hour flight anyways. And probably you were just sleeping the entire flight, and then you want to wake up, and then you cannot take a 5 hour bus, right? Like, come on, man. But yeah, if I had to do it again, I'd probably take the same route again. You could explore a lot of US. The only thing I would change if I did this again was take 2 bags instead of three, because an extra bag of Maggie was not worth it.